I'm in the middle of day 3. Is that right? Day 2 was yesterday. Yeah, because I got underway in the afternoon. Man, I don't even remember this stuff anymore. I'm trying to get to Mag Bay from Bahia Tortugas. Let me film this water for you because you can't see shore anywhere, man. It's a trip. Water as far as you can see, and the crazy thing about it is, wow, look at that. Whoa, really that. Did you notice the water was really calm? I mean, it's just really, really calm. And so I'm motoring beats rolling. That's what I'm learning. You bring diesel to cover you when there's no wind. Yeah, because if there's wind, you're sailing, you know, and I can see some wind on the horizon coming. It's been a weird day, you know, being out here by yourself is a trip, makes my emotions more volatile. I think the loneliness, the overwhelming beauty, just ups and downs, very, very volatile. And I'm a volatile guy in that way anyway. Woo, it really freaks me out, man. Yeah, and I'm dealing with some adversity too. I don't have an expansion tank on the line that feeds the galley. And I've been relying on that water, that filtered water, to drink from. So that requires that you have a more durable system than I had because I didn't have the expansion tank. You had the switch that runs the pump, turns it on and off, the pressure switch, clicking on and off really fast, burn it out. You try to get away with the bare minimum. You know, I don't go extravagant just to be extravagant. So I'll tell you, the expansion tank, if you're doing something like this, it's bare minimum. And so fixing that, you know, because Karen's going to come down. Me and Karen and Tay are going to get to spend some time in Cabo when I get there after Christmas. She's going to bring some stuff, and one of them is going to be the expansion tank. So I'm going to be continuing to improve Frog's Leap on the things that, you know, I've learned in the time I've been sailing her internationally now. Because when you go international, things change. It gets harder to get stuff. Really, the best way is to limit it to when people visit you, so you can make the purchase through them, and then they can come visit you and bring all the stuff. That's the best way to do it. There are other ways, but invariably they're more painful. This, when I was at Baja Naval and I talked to Roberto, I asked him, because he has trucks that go back and forth to get stuff for the yard, and I asked him if, you know, my autopilot could be moved that way. He said, well, that's not them. They're affiliated with them, but it's another company that handles all the bureaucracy between the countries. He said, hey, look, you're so close being here in Ensenada. You should just go over there. That's what I did. You know, it was cheap too. The ABC Autobus is a value, baby. Yeah. I just motor along. Something I have to get used to, because part of this trip was kind of like, okay, I'll see how little diesel I can use. Now I realize that's not the only metric of success. It's not quite sunset yet. But get a mean silhouette going. Ha ha! Woo! Woo! Well, it's sunset now though, and with this super calm sea state, it's pretty great. overlooking Bahia de Magdalene, Mag Bay. We're going there today. Today, it's Mag Bay. So I left Turtle Bay on the 13th, 14th, 14th, 15th. Did you say? Okay, and today's the 16th. So, yeah, 3 overnights to cross this bay here and get from Turtle Bay to Mag Bay, 250 miles. The trackline distance represents the most prudent distance according to the judgment of the captain who drew up the tracklines. Prudence is not even a thing you can put your finger on that is universally true from one captain to another. Absolutely not. Yeah, when I throw out distances, they're not real. I say this one, Turtle Bay to Mag Bay, is 250 nautical miles. I think that's pretty close. It's shorter than that as the crow flies. I'm a very social person. I like interacting with people. So in a lot of ways, solo sailing is deliberately an attempt by me to not just get me out of my comfort zone, but to shake me to the very core. Like, it was crazy those 2 days in the middle, especially the third day. I was an emotional woohoo. Yeah, woohoo. Yeah, it was eye-opening. I'm learning about myself as a solo sailor and working on myself. Yeah, that's a fact. I've met some amazing people doing this. Friendships that I nurture to this day. I could get a text from anybody I've sailed with or met. It would only bring smile to my face because my interaction with these folks is wrapped in sailing experiences, cruising experiences. So when you talk to someone like that, it's different than when you just meet someone on the street in the market and you talk to them and they have a Camaro and you have a Camaro, and so there's this bond, right? Hey, this is 4 days, 3 nights with very limited sleep, you know. That was pretty cool. I remember when I was doing Coast Guard early on in my career, in 1989 was Exxon Valdez, and I had just reported. I was pretty new on the Coast Guard cutter Resolute. At that time I was out of Astoria, Oregon. And we were up doing an Alaskan patrol. We called them Alpats. And I believe we were the second boat on scene to serve as on-scene commander for that. And that was quite an experience, you know, to see the Coast Guard operate. If any of you were doing Coast Guard at that time and you were doing something up in Valdez, I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments. Oh, in a previous episode, Dawn was talking about, well, she had just gotten her captain's license. And she had mentioned that it's weird that Coast Guard has to get a captain's license. But the reality is there's so many different jobs that you can do in the Coast Guard, and many of the jobs you don't even ever have to get on a boat, like ever. You know, if the Coast Guard let coasties just have captain's licenses, my God, the Coast Guard licensees would be the most dangerous people out on the water. Yeah, so no, it's really good. I mean, and plus, it reinforces the importance of those maritime licenses. When you get on a charter boat, you know it's being captained by a Coast Guard licensed skipper. They don't hand those licenses out. I'm not saying that these captains are infallible. I've had many conversations with licensed people who were wrong on certain points. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. We're all learning constantly. Yeah, that's why if you get on board a boat with a captain who knows everything, you should probably get off the boat. Similarly, you know, some people can't follow. Some people would rather have the boat sink if they can't be in command. I know people like that. It's annoying, but you just cut them loose because they're dangerous. All right, so here is one land mass. Here's the other. And in here is Bahia Maria. Bahia Maria. Oh, who did that song? I think that was Santana. Yeah, Bahia Maria. And then if you come over here, whoa, if you can kind of see where there's a lighter colored landmass over here and a darker one ends over here. And that's the entrance to Bahia de Magdalene. Yeah, Santana didn't do one on Magdalena. Bahia Magdalena. Yeah. Sorry, Santana. Keeping it real out here, bro.